All right. Good afternoon and welcome to Anarchy Trading Live London session. I tell you, the markets are still just continuing to absolutely fly. Sorry, we're getting into these trades a little bit late in the day, or I'm starting our streams a little bit late in the day. The fact is, we've got the new baby that's only a few days old, and life has been a bit busy, right? So apologies, but things will hopefully calm down as he continues to gets a little bit more, I don't know, older, right? But yeah, oof, let's see here. So we've got ourselves a few targets here. It just flew yesterday, especially on the Dow, more so on the Dow than even here. But let's get our lines on the daily. Let's go check our hourly support and resistance. Kind of got it already here. That one's there. This one's trying to go up higher already. Let's go to the 5. Again, kind of doing an abbreviated version. Flew way up. Wow. And looking like it came down a little bit here. Retest and pushing, but I'm not seeing much momentum yet. So it's kind of just consolidating up there. So don't really want to hop in on that again. It's just essentially barcoding on the one. Big push up there in the first 2 minutes and now just holding there. So let's go quick, take a look at the news here, see if there's any news for today. Bunch of yellow folder news, honestly, PMI in Europe. So we could definitely see this affecting DAX today. So maybe we mostly focus on US 30. But my word, I still don't really understand why everything's flying the way it has, but it just keeps on going up. Dow, I mean, look at the Dow yesterday. This is where we were trading yesterday, and we made, 1%. But look how much we could have made. Like if we actually if I we had gone long, like, oh my word, it's just incredible. Just ridiculous, honestly, the amount of uh, like like I'm having to go way back here to try to find some lines. So let's see what we can do. High of day, low of day, high of day, yellow lines. Honestly, like we're just gonna have to start throwing up lines. Those are good. There's one there, one probably there, one at the top of those, and then another one probably right here. All right. So again, Dow is the exact same thing as DAX, pushed up, now just consolidating. So we'll just wait and see. A little bit of divergence here on the RSI. Doesn't mean too much. As I said, I would definitely like to go long on this just because, I mean, everything, it just keeps going up. But I'm going to have to see a reason to go long first. Going to need something to convince me to go long. So I do like the price action. It looks pretty decent. Like we've got some stuff to work with, minus these 2 wicks here. And if it goes long, I can't really get in with this up here. So we're just going to need to wait. If it pushed up, I'm hoping maybe we can start pushing down. It does look like we're trying to push, though. DAX is dropping, though. But maybe we see DAX pull down to here, and then we get a bounce. Okay, sorry for chewing in your ear. So what we have going on here, what happened to me in DAX yesterday is I got in slightly too early. You can see it. If we had waited, I took this long after. Where did I get in here? Yeah, I went long on a pullback. So this candle actually pulled back to here, came all the way back up to here, and that's where I got in. But I wasn't patient enough. If I had waited for an actual retest and then I gotten in here, dang, I mean, it just kept on going. So I'm trying to be patient. See, there we go. See, it's still pulling back. So I'm still keeping an eye on it here because we're getting down to the 9 here. So starting to look, see if maybe we can get a bit of a bounce now and then a push up. We did make a new higher high here, but we could have also been sweeping the stops up here, and now we're just going to be driving down, kind of going bearish. So still waiting. Not in a rush to get in here, but just seeing kind of what happens over the next couple minutes, especially as we'll have our first 15-minute candle of the hour print here in just another minute. So just keeping an eye on it. We could duplicate this and look at it if we want to look here on the 15. Honestly, still looks pretty good. But again, this was a big push, but sometimes this big push fakes everyone out and then just comes back down. I think we do also have some news. Yeah, Spanish manufacturing PMI said, yeah, is it going to have much of effect? Probably not, but could have a little bit here. So let's just wait. I am interested in getting in long here, especially at this level, but I'd like to see it come down a little farther first. Dow, just consolidating up here. Spread on the DAX a little wider than normal just due to the news, I think. 1.6. Normally we'd be seeing it be a little bit better than that right now. But just gonna wait here. Wait for a few minutes, see what happens. As I said, if we could see it drive down a little bit, hit the 9, and then pivot up, that's when I'd really like to see about getting in. But if we see it start pivoting up from here, I would still get in. Like, it came down far enough for me, that's close enough. But again, I'm not really seeing momentum yet going back up, although we do see Dow now trying to make a push for it. There we go, looking good. I'd like to see this push down, hit the 9, maybe even come down to our green box, and then we'll be looking for a push, a push back up. If not, then we'll look for it below that green line, and then catch it on a retest going bearish, going short. But right now I'm starting to look. This is where I really wanted to see it come down to. So now I've got my eyes open for a long, especially if it comes back up to around this yellow line. Excuse me. Again, don't be in a rush here. We got to give things time to develop. Yesterday was finally a decent day of trading for us, 1%. And so we want to see if we can keep that going because we've had some significant drawdown here and we need to really start recovering ourselves. So what I'm waiting for this to do is honestly come up here like that. But I need to come up here. It's hard to buy a red candle, right? So looking for it green, stop would be under here. We're close to it. Still waiting. Again, kind of looks like consolidation to me right now. So I want to see that it's actually starting to push up and not just going to reject back down and just end up being in consolidation again. Pushed up, but now pushing back down already. So again, kind of consolidating on the 1. Not looking quite ready to go up again. Yeah, as I said, we're just consolidating now. Again, Dow equal highs, but hasn't been able to break that high yet. So equal highs there. Really needs to be able to break this purple line. Otherwise, again, we've been rejected this 3 times already. DAX is trying. Again, I'm really kind of waiting to see where we close here in the next minute. If we really see momentum break out above there and this breaks up here, then I might get in anyways. But right now, I'm not seeing that. So still just waiting. I honestly wouldn't mind if it came down a bit farther and actually touched the 9. Not quite there. If it could come just tap into this green line, I'd like to see that. So price action on Dow sucks right now. Just nothing to do there right now. I mean, sure, if it closed, you could say, oh, but it's just, even if it closes up here, we've got all these wicks down here, so I'm not really interested. I'm just seeing where this candle closes here. Gap down. So now let's see if we can push out of here, because this is kind of now where, again, I've seen it slow down here. We've slowed down. We're on the 9. So now, honestly, I'm curious if we can start pushing on up out of here. So again, nothing much yet. Just being patient. Coming down to the area where, of course, we'd be thinking about wanting to enter. Like this is a nice retracement. So we have our break. This is definitely what I would call an official retest. Yeah. Here, if this makes it better for us mentally, there we go. So I'm still not in yet. Again, not rushing it. I want to see it hit this yellow line here. If we can hit this yellow line, then I'm probably getting in. But until then, I'm just waiting. Because each time we're getting up here, we're kind of just rejecting. So still being patient. We've been gradually working our way down. So I just want to see this downtrend essentially get broken, but it needs to get up here a little bit. What's this looking? Yeah, look at this on the wood. My word, there's just nothing happening, right? Like just pure consolidation. Honestly, if we wanted to, we could consider about going short after all this consolidation here. Like we could actually consider going short if we break down here, retest, and go here. Like we could trade this short. But right now, again, just there's nothing there. It's just all absolute garbage. So right now we're continuing to break down on DAX. Dow is starting to follow, still in the consolidated kind of this consolidatory zone, but just about to break below it. But again, hard to like. It's in an area. DAX is still at an area where I can't go short yet because we're just this is just a retest, right? So we would need to come below retest and then go the other way because right now, as I said, I could still see this going long. As I said, I'd like to go long somewhere up here if I actually start seeing some momentum. But right now, it's the price action's not great. A lot of wicks, but it's definitely still working its way down. So there we go. Now we're below it. Now let's see where we go. So again, this could be if we see this breakdown close. So let's see where this closes in the next 40 seconds. If we come up and retest, then come back down again, we could get in short at that time. But right now, if it closes above here, we're still looking long. So the bit, just got to be patient here. Big breakdown. So I'm now looking for shorts. It never came up for a retest. Otherwise, if we come up a little higher, then broken down, but it didn't. It came up so fast, just a little bit, and then came down. So not really in that. All right, maybe entered a little late, but I'm gonna go short on Dow. Seeing a lot of rejection up here, a lot of wicks, but now we're just coming up. That was probably stupid of me, right? Like, honestly. So if we get closer back down, maybe we get out of this here. Dang, market was moving too. All right. I mean, it's not completely bad, but it's got definitely a counter trend trade, bit of a reversal. Like we did come up and retest, but yeah, not my finest moment. But I do see DAX trying to break down. Yeah, and we entered essentially at the very bottom. So again, if we were going to enter, probably should have entered a little earlier. And our stop is, yeah, right there. So let's see though. Really widespread too. Hmm. We are continuing to push down. Be interested to see what happens over here. Still pushing. Putting my risk at like, I shouldn't have gone in that trade anyways, because now look, I mean, we're probably going to go long. Hold on. Keeping an eye because I may just close out of this depending which way this candle goes here. This is going to be the close of this candle. It's going to be a 30-minute candle as well. So keeping an eye on here. But we did reject and we're still pushing down. So hesitant to just get out. All right, I'm getting out. It doesn't match my rules. So what's the point of getting in? Like, it's reversal. Trying to go short here, but like it's just hitting the trend line. If anything, we should be going the other way. So that, like, yeah. Now it could keep going, but let's take a trade that's actually according to our rules. If anything, I should be taking that long. Like new higher high. Yeah. Yeah, let's not get premature. Like if I had, I should have been scalping. I should have been entering right at the break and just scalping it down to here and getting out. But yeah, definitely not a good long-term trade. If anything, I should be getting in long here. Which honestly, I could do. Which is a bit of an interesting take. Well, let's just be patient. I'm being a little impatient. But this is bouncing here, so my curious. So this is kind of, I mean, this whole level. If we look at it on the one, right? Right at the start, it came down, test the start of this candle. So now the question thing is, are we going to break down or not? But anyways, let's wait and see. Dow working its way up. All right, we're gonna go long DAX. Slightly premature, maybe, but I like this loop. I like this big push up. It's a deep retracement for sure, but slowed down here. Now we're seeing some momentum upward, so we're gonna risk it. Just gonna go high a day. Okay, so solid push up. Yeah, solid push up. So let's just continue to monitor now. As I said, kind of felt, but this could also retest here and then break down. So I'm gonna keep an eye on it. But I do like that momentum upwards. was really nice momentum. We entered on that momentum on that push. So would love to see now if we can push to the high of day maybe. It'll be important to see where we close. Like if we can close above this green line, that would be amazing. I mean, technically this would probably be a red line right now, like it's resistance, but if we can close above it, I can see us starting to really push. I think we probably had some news drop at 3:30. Yep. For Swiss manufacturing PMI, and then we're going to have news dropping here for the next little bit. And if it's good, we could this could really push the DAX. Dang. Yeah, we're really pushing here. So I'm moving my stop loss to break even. Let's give it a little room. $40. So that's a solid push. Yeah, beautiful. And with this momentum, I'm hoping to see it push out. So I'm going to keep holding. See if we can push it and just, let's see if we can get the high of day, at least match the high of day. But I am keeping an eye on it. Yeah, let's move to break even. Like, there's no point getting knocked out of this trade, right? I mean, no point losing money on this trade. It moved really nice the way we want it to. If it comes back all the way to our entry, then we probably want to be out of it. So let's see where we close here in the next 10 seconds. Closing above the red line so we can turn it green. We've got momentum on our side. Like, I could get out for 1R, but I would like to really see this. I feel like we'd be getting out prematurely when we do have this really pushing. And we've got some nice momentum. We're on the 15 here. Let me switch this to the 15. We got to switch back over. Okay. So that's pushing. I mean, 15, this looks good on the 15s. Dow is still pushing. This is still pushing. Let's keep an eye on it here. See if we can make a new higher high. These three candles have kind of been exactly the same spot. Yeah, there we go. Pushing up. We do have this level right here. This should support. Dow made new higher highs. Good thing we got out. Yeah, Dow really pushing. As I said, I'm waiting for a DAX to do the same thing. If this hits like 1R, maybe we get out at half. We get out at half a lot, so we get out half the size, and then let one keep running. So I'm gonna pull this up on my phone. I don't even know how to close half lot sizes. We're in a 4-4, so I would want to close 2. But again, still monitoring. Dow still pushing. Do we get out for 1R? I just don't feel like we need with this big push. I think we could see it continue to go higher. So I feel like getting out at 1R would be just 1R would probably be not the best decision right now. So we just made another higher high on the 1. So we're going to have to come down every time we go up. It's okay. Dow absolutely flying. I'm looking for DAX to catch up to that. I'd like to see it push up. And listen, hey, if we get knocked out of this for break even, it's fine. So let's see if we can close above this yellow line. Dow's still looking strong. Didn't like the candle we have here on DAX on the 1 minute, but again, let's see if we can close above this yellow line. I mean, as long as we close yellow, we're okay. I mean, close green. Man, acting colorblind here. But yeah, Dow, the big rider. Dow looking solid. We went short when we could have just gone long. As I said, that was stupid of me. So I'm glad we got out. Like, right? So we at least identified that, and then we got out. I'm seeing where we closed here. Not looking great closing like this, admittedly. But let's see. Yeah, we're about to get knocked out. But let's see. We might bounce here. Got some news dropping in 5 minutes again, so be interested to see. Italian manufacturing, German manufacturing here in a little bit, but let's see if we can push on out. Like, okay, that's a nice push, but immediately rejected. So this could be, again, break up, retest. So now maybe that's the retest we needed again to now keep pushing up. But let's wait and see. Right now we're rejecting back down. So as I said, it would not surprise me we get knocked out here. But if so, that's okay. It was a good trade. We've got to trust our analysis to maybe go a little higher. Maybe should have just gone out at. From my analysis, what I'm seeing is maybe I need to start getting out of these trades at 1.5R. I've had a lot of trades go to 1.5R, and then I am holding on for 2, and I just lose all of them. Like this one hit 1.5R. Hit more, hit 80 bucks, so 1.6, 1.7. Let's see where we close here. Dow's still pushing, so I'd love to see. So it came down, retested the break of the daily, and now we're pushing back up. So again, we could see DAX to do that as well. But right now, it's definitely not wanting to. Kind of just consolidating where it is here. Kind of moving in opposite as you see right now. We're still coming down on DAX while Dow is still pushing up. So really wanting to see DAX start pushing up again here. Wouldn't take much. Like we could see it do it in one candle on the 1 minute. So we've again rejected this support and the 9. We're opening up green now again. if you weren't in this trade, like you consider getting in again. Like I'm tempted to get in with another lot and risk because I'm already at break even, so I could get in again, risk $50, but I don't really feel it's a wise decision, especially we've got news here in 2 minutes. Again, shouldn't have a huge effect, but these things are going to have a bit of an effect. So still waiting. Most of the news seems to have been beneficial. Yeah, Spanish manufacturing benefit was good. CHF, good. So now we're just waiting for Italian and French and German. They're all going to drop here. So just seeing if we can survive without getting knocked out for the next minute or two. I'm thinking we'll probably push. Unless it comes in bad, then we'll go down. All right, 18 seconds. See where we close this candle. Also be another 15-minute candle closing. Big rejecting wick, so to speak, but we did make a higher high than the previous one. Dow continuing to fly. So as I said, I'm hoping that DAX will start to follow that. Italian manufacturing, a little worse than expected. So maybe we see it continue to push down. I'm hoping not, though. I was hoping that this was a nice little retest. We're right at the 9 right now. Maybe we can now start pushing up out of here, especially with Dow flying. Yeah, we're just not doing squat for the last 5 minutes. There we go. There's a big push. Let's see if it can keep going up, though, and not just going to push up and then come back down. But we see Dow, again, Dow continuing to fly. So I'd love to see that happen here. We do have these rejecting way. We do have these 2 wicks over here. But we did break the previous high here. So looking for this to now continue up. Nice. Dow smashing through 3,600 or 36,000, sorry. DAX really pushing too, though. So let's see if we can actually get this bad boy up here again. So at this point, if we can break this, make a new higher high, I feel like we're probably in a good. Let's see if we can break this here. Oop. Like right there, yeah. Still flying. So let's see if we can. I don't know why, especially with Italian PMI coming in a little less than expected. But again, doesn't it's yellow folder news shouldn't have too much of effect. I do think the French and German PMI may have a bit of a bigger effect on it. But right now we're still pushing well. So again, we're still in this. Got our break. The stop loss set to break even. We could get out now at one. But we're just pushing, breaking this higher high, and I really want to see if we can, because if so, we can push all the way up. If it drops down back down to 50, I think I'll probably just get out, call it good. Like, at least run with the money, run with what we've got. Dow leaving the screen. Again, as I said, if we can close above this yellow line, this is a daily level here. So if we can close above here, maybe come down, retest half of this, we'll be able to push on out of here. So I'm looking for it to at least close above this red line. If we can close above the yellow, that's best. Then I'd expect a retest of the red. And then we keep pushing on out of here. We do have, of course, this resistance point up here, but Dow just absolutely smashed it. So I think we can see DAX do the same. We do have a lot of wicks here, so I'm watching this to see if we can break it. Otherwise, we're coming back down. Again, finger on the close, because if it comes back down to 50, I'm probably getting out, depending on what things look like. But yeah, like, I don't want to get out on such a beautiful candle. Like, this looks great. This Dow just flying. So I'm going to stay in it. Forget it. I'm not going to get out of 50. Like right now, the opportunity for this hitting $100, I would say, is very high. So for hitting 1R, 2R, so let's just hold on to it. It's 19 seconds on this candle. So especially like if we can close up here somewhere, when a candle closes without much of a wick, the chance of it continuing very high. So we don't have any wick right now for the most part. I mean, we've got a little wick here, but let's see, 4 seconds. Yeah. So let's see. A little bit of a news release here. 4.29, slightly better than expected. Barely. Doesn't really matter. But I think the German one will also have an effect here. So let's go back. Heading up green, coming down red, kind of consolidating. Not consolidating, I would say, just retesting. New higher high made. Broke that red level, which was going to be important. I've got my finger on here because I'm going to close half of it if we hit 1R and then leave the rest going because I think it's going to go higher. All right, sold 2. So that's secured 1R, and now I'm holding on because I think we're going to keep going. So nice. So that's up 0.5% for the day. Now we're just going to see and wait if we can crack this high of day. And if not, hey, listen, we got out on a nice trade. So again, excellent trading today. That puts us up pretty. It's going to have a couple days. We've needed this. The last few days of the last couple weeks have been rough. So glad to get that secured and in the bag. Now I'm just looking for a break of the highs over here. So crushing that high of day now. We've broken that. As I said, I could see a rejection here, especially as we clear the highs over here. We pick up the stops, and then we could reverse. So that's why I got out when I did with half of it, but we're still holding. So because I think that our German manufacturing PMI here could be conducive. Like everything coming in is pretty decent and it's been pushing it. So I could see it pushing farther up, especially with the news. So I'm gonna hold on to it. I'll trail my stop just under here so that at least we get a little bit out of it, get like $5. But again, looking for a bigger push up here with the release of the news. So 1 minute until news gets dropped. As I said, I would love to see it close above the purple line here. If we can close above the purple line, then we see a retest of the purple and then keep pushing. We could also see it, if it closed above purple, we could see it come down, retest half this candle red line, and then keep pushing up as well. It just really depends on the news release. As I said, I'd probably usually be closing before it, but everything seems pretty good. I've already made money, so I'm happy to hold it, and it's not a major news release, right? It's just yellow folder. I would not be holding this if it was a red folder or something. But since it's not, and Dow has been absolutely flying, I'm going to try to get a little bit more of a ride here and see what happens here in the next 4 or 5 seconds. Okay. So pretty much seems like nothing's happening. As to be expected. Slightly better, but nothing huge. So that should not have too much of effect, but maybe pushes a little bit. We are still pushing, but I'm thinking about getting out now. We've gone a long ways. It would make sense that it needs to retrace. So I'm not closing yet, but if we drop below, yeah, I'm out. Let's call it good. Like for me, like why hold it longer? It just doesn't matter. Like for me, we've gotten burned before the last few weeks. So that's it. Quick day of trading. Finally have combined a couple days back to back, which is nice. And we caught a nice move. And so let's just take a picture of this for our journal. And again, I can show you my journal. So I actually have two because I didn't journal yesterday. So let's get these erased and pull our stuff in for a journal here. All right, so I like to use Google Slides, honestly, better than Excel. Google Slides is just better for taking the pictures, and then you just throw it in there, put it to the back, and then you can just annotate and draw stuff on top of it. Send the back. This was yesterday. Again, I should have journaled yesterday at the end, and then I was busy with the baby, and so I never got to it. So, but don't let my bad habits. So this was a nice trade. Color that baby green. And then we had another green right there. And then this was our break-even trade that we got out of. And I did lose that trade. I took that later in the day. So overall, great day of trading. Got in, got out. When it started consolidating, I didn't wait for it to hopefully go in my direction. My DAX trade was the only stupid trade, as I didn't wait for a retest. If I had waited for the retest, I would have had an amazing trade later in the day. That overall, though, very happy with how I executed today for the most part. Okay. And then this one, we oh, wait. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to color that one gray. And then this one, green. Great day trading today. My Dow trade was against my rules, as it was totally against the trend, and there was no break and retest. I realized this and got out at break even. My def could improve by simply not taking this trade, but still learning. Second trade was perfect, although admittedly I probably shouldn't have gotten in until the retest of the red fifth candle 10 minutes after entering. I entered because of momentum and the Dow flying, but again, probably not a good enough reason. We'll continue to monitor and practice. All right, good enough. Yeah, look at Dax fly. Again, we could have stayed in, but we've seen it fly up and then drop right back down too, especially up here. So once I saw it stop a little bit, like we might as well just get out. I'm just looking at, yeah, cause see, we stopped. We consolidated for like 5 minutes. That's where to me, like it's stopped now. So what do? Let's just get out, and we can always get back in later. Like honestly, if this pulled back, we could probably get in like here or pulled to red or pulled to here. Like all of these are possible areas to get in. But for me, 1.1% today, one trade, essentially, minus our stupid break even. Look at that bad boy fly. But again, like there's no need, no shoulda, woulda, coulda. We just need 1% per day or less, and we caught it. So great job. We did wait patiently, which is nice. I'm glad we were able to wait. And then we got in and executed. So well done, and we'll